Hi, Jim Hotaling here with Piet Hein Merckens, a senior executive here in the Netherlands. And Pete, thanks for joining me today. And I'd love to know a piece of advice that you think that you could give yourself from 20 years ago. So if you had the ability to go in a time capsule, go back 20 years and whisper in your ear, what's that critical piece of advice you would take away?
I think for me personally, it would be that my personal values are very important to me. Um, but sometimes I think it is also important to sacrifice them a little bit in the big interest of a enterprise or a company. So it is good to have your personal values. I think you should stick to them as much as possible. But sometimes they are your values and not necessarily the company's values. And there you need to make a proper trade-off.
Could you give us kind of a relevant example of that?
Well, it is very often in the leadership area where I feel responsible for my people. I have the feeling that I'm quite good in coaching and motivating my staff to come to a higher performance. And sometimes there might be still a discussion with people from a distance who have a different perspective on an individual.
Hmm.
Then I still take ownership and protection for this individual. But the problem sometimes can be when I leave the stage, that someone else comes and takes the decision different than mine.
Good point. Good point. So one of the keys is always stay true to yourself, but realize you have to have that business context of flexibility also.